Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to go over how to shift your bike and how to shift it smoothly. If you've not seen my first video on how not to stall a motorcycle, how to use the clutch, the link's right here. Go check out that video first. That's going to give you a better understanding of how the clutch actually works, how to find the friction points, what to watch and listen for, and that'll help you out a lot before we go on to this video. Now, for those of you that have seen that video and you're wanting to learn how to ride a little bit better, or you're looking at getting into riding a motorcycle, this video is going to teach you how to use the clutch in a smooth transition along with the throttle on highway usage, changing gears, doing tight turns, things of that nature, how to manipulate the clutch while going up in gear and down. So let's just dive into this and get started. I'll talk through it as I go. Okay, bike's in gear, we're ready to roll out. I'm going to gently release the clutch, get the bike moving, and just barely turn the throttle. Clutch is fully out, the bike is moving, barely any throttle. We're just cruising. Now, if I want to go up a gear, I want to pull the clutch in, kick it up, gently release it out, and you'll feel the bike continue to pull again, and gently roll back on the throttle. Now, coming to a stop, I'm going to use the clutch here to just barely keep the friction point going. No throttle, out, now I'm back on the throttle. Smooth transition, no jerking from the bike. You see the RPMs are about 4,500 first gear. We're going to engage the clutch and release the throttle at about the same rate, kick it up, and then roll back on the throttle at the same time I release. Smooth transition with the high RPMs. Releasing the clutch in a slow manner while giving a little bit of throttle allows everything to rev match. And then here, little throttle and releasing the clutch at the same time. Gently release the clutch. It has as much control over the speed of your bike as the throttle does. And I am barely applying any throttle during any of these shifts. Now, these are all up shifts. It's a lot easier to match the RPMs of the bike just by slipping the clutch gently. Now, for a downshift, you want to apply a little bit of throttle as you start to pull the clutch back in. We're going to blip the throttle, just give it a quick little flip of the wrist, kick the gear, and then release. Then back up. It does not take a lot of clutching or a lot of throttle to have a smooth upshift. Motorcycles have sequential gearboxes, which means you go from first to second to third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and vice versa, coming down 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, with neutral between first and second in most cases. So we're coming up on a tight turn. I want to downshift. Gently release the throttle, gently release the clutch as I rolled onto the throttle. Now we're going to upshift again after this next corner. We're going through, see it straightening. So you do not have to pull the clutch all the way in for an upshift. Now, to downshift the bike, that's a whole different story. You have to use the pressure plates with the clutch so you can match the RPMs of the rear wheel to the engine. Once you gear down, you're creating a differential of RPMs, and this clutch, releasing it gently, allows things to slip until they both are running at the same speed again. Going up, you don't have to necessarily use the clutch. You make a quick transition, drop the throttle, kick it up, back on the throttle. I don't even need to use the clutch. The easiest way to practice a clutchless shift is gently apply upward pressure with your toe on the shifter, release the throttle, and then apply just a little bit more pressure with your toe, and it'll automatically shift into the next gear. At that point, roll back on the throttle. But that is something else to practice later on. Right now, we just want to learn to use the clutch and shift gears. So I want to downshift again. Gently release the clutch, roll on the throttle. Just a nice smooth transition. Just gently release the clutch and roll back on the throttle. You'll get smooth acceleration, you'll have better control of the bike. Using the clutch to adjust my speed. No brakes, all engine braking and clutch control for that turn. Now for a tight corner, no brake, we're just using the clutch. A little bit of throttle. Using the clutch to smooth out that transition. I never had to put my feet down. I made a tight turn. Nice and smooth transition. Use that clutch gently in and out, modulate that. Think of your clutch as your kitchen faucet. Your throttle is all of your stored energy in your bike. If you have that throttle cracked wide open with the clutch pulled in, you're generating a lot of power, but it's going nowhere. Just like water pressure behind your faucet. Now, you can run into the kitchen and get a glass of water and just flip that faucet wide open and it might splash everywhere. But if you turn that faucet on gently, you're releasing the flow of water smoothly. Same concept with this clutch. So I can, and nothing's happening. I release that clutch smoothly, and the power gets delivered smoothly. Nice and easy, nice and gentle. Okay, but there we are, ladies and gentlemen. I know some of you are going to say, man, this is basic crap we learned in our first class, blah, blah, blah. Well, just to clarify, here in the U.S., there are no classes you have to take before you go and get your motorcycle license. Here in this state, you basically can go sit down and answer 20 questions and you get a motorcycle learner's permit, and you're free to buy whatever bike you want and ride the highways with it. As long as you don't ride a passenger, and sometimes you're restricted to only travel within your own state. But still, that is a huge amount of freedom for no motorcycle education. So this video is directed at those people that want to learn how to ride and are probably not going to take a class, or maybe they're already riding, they're on their permit, and they're having troubles. So yeah, I know a lot of you guys in Europe and other countries gonna say, man, this is stupid, we learned this, you know, this is basic knowledge. Yeah, to a lot of people it's not here. So yeah, if you guys are required to take licensing like we should be here in the US, but unfortunately we're not, then this video's not targeted at you guys. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe if this video helped you in any way. Like I said earlier, go back and watch that first video if you're having trouble even starting and stopping. I'll put a link in the description and also pin it below. That's sure to help some of you out, and that's a great place to get started with a motorcycle, is just learning how that clutch works. Finding that friction point to get you started, and basically take that concept and you use it on the highway. Gently in and gently out as you shift gears, and you should have no problems learning how to smoothly transition both upward and downward through the sequential gearbox. And just as I stated in the other video, I am in no way an instructor or teacher. I've just been riding for a long time. I enjoy doing these videos. Even if it only helps one person, then it served its purpose. But until next time, guys, thank you for watching and ride safe. We'll see you later.